Okay, Vaswa. Chuck again, the Duck Lamb 1 YouTube network channel. I'm going to discuss the two witnesses real quick. You know, if you're not into religion, most people aren't. I don't care if you are or not. You can just turn it off. This isn't really religious, though. This is just history mostly, and it just happens to be that this Revelation 11 intrigues me. And I did do a lot of studying and comparing to other notes. That's what I've been doing for the last week and a half, and I haven't came to any other conclusion. It's not real clear. Now I'm going to read this out of the New American Bible, but this leaves a lot of stuff out, so I really don't depend on this thing, but I gave away all my other Bibles, man, so this is all I have. This is Revelation chapter 11. It leaves a lot out. I'll try to fill some stuff in, but this will only take 1 minute to read, and then we'll ask the question, is HAARP, HAARP, the man-made weather control device, and apparently earthquake and volcano also some kind of control device for that, is it in the Bible? Is it feasible? And if you've been reading the latest news, the HAARP is all in the mainstream news everywhere. It's coming from China, Russia, Australia, United States. I mean, there's a lot of discussion on it, so there's something to this, so we ought to pay attention, I think. And this is chapter 11, Revelation, out of the New American Standard Bible, which is, you know, not that good. Then I was given a measuring rod like a staff, and I was told, come and measure the temple of God and the altar, and count those worshiping in it, but exclude the outer court of the temple. Do not measure it, for it has been handed over to the Gentiles, who would trample it in the holy city for 42 months. Now, in September 30th, there's going to be a vote at the UN, and my guess is they're going to mandate that the pre-1967 borders back to Palestine and recognize Palestine as an independent state. And this is not going to be real good. But it's handed over. There's no war. It's handed over back to them. So, and I will commission my two witnesses to prophecy for those 1,260 days, wearing sackcloth. You know, this is a little bit different. It talks about the remnant in the King James, and they will wear sackcloth because, number one, they're very poor and they're in mourning. There's a lot of disruptions going on. There's a lot of things going on that is unfair in humanity. And look around right now. These people they're very sad because all these things that people are starved and things are going on, and a few people seem to be running the whole entire show. And these two are the olive trees, the two lampstands that stand before God, before the Lord of the earth. Now, the Lord of the earth, of course, is Satan. They stand before the Lord of the earth, Satan, and they defy him, okay? And anyone wants to harm them, fire comes out of their mouths and devours their enemies. In this way, anyone wanting to harm them will surely be slain. And they have the power to close up the sky so no rain can fall. They also have the power to turn the water into blood and afflict the earth with any plague as often as they wish. Now, afflict the earth, how do you do that? Well, it's earthquakes and tsunamis and volcanoes. I'm trying to keep my camera focused here on my bobber. I can't even see it. But anyway, when they have finished their testimony, the beast comes up from the abyss and will wage war against them and conquer them and kill them. Because they make a deal. All they want to do is get their message out. The message is out, and they say, okay, you guys, we're giving up. You know, you can have your stuff back. But it didn't work out there. Of course, they're double-crossed because these people are evil. And they will come and conquer them and kill them, and the corpses will lie on the main street of the great city, which has the symbolic names Sodom and Egypt, and where indeed their Lord was crucified. Now, the King James Version says the Christ was crucified. So I always thought that maybe there's a control device in Jerusalem, which there might be. Look, they got that anti-missile shield going up now, and they think that's some kind of HAARP-related device. And Egypt and Sodom, that could be any city in the world because it's all evil, you know, and it's all full of gay people and all kinds of weird sexual shit. So where indeed the Lord is crucified, from those people, every tribe, tongue, and nation will gaze on their corpses for 3.5 days, and they will be allowed to have their corpses buried. The inhabitants of the earth will gloat over them, and they will exchange gifts because these two prophets have tormented the inhabitants of earth. The inhabitants were the evil people. Yeah, and they were bringing down, you know, rain, and they were probably droughts other places and volcanoes because they're trying to get a point across here. And these people were afraid of them. But after the 3.5 days, a breath came from God and entered them, and they stood on their feet, and a great fear fear fell to those who saw them, because he didn't kill all of them. There's always a remnant left. King James Version says a remnant. These are the people that were a part of these churches, these two churches, the lampstand and the candlestick, and there's a few of them left, and they still have the weapon. So look what happens. You know, the people are exchanging presents and partying and having a great time. You know, all these elite people, the Bushes, the Cheneys, all the rich banker fucks. You know, they're all having a great time, right? Because oh man, these guys. But now they didn't get the weapon from them apparently, and when they stood on their feet, a great fear fell on those who saw them. They're partying. They go, wait, where's the weapon at? Oh, they still got the weapon. You dumbasses, you know. You didn't get the weapon, you killed them. Then they heard a great loud voice from heaven say, come here. Well, this is when they set the doomsday device. This was the deal. If they attacked him, they were going to set this doomsday device, and they did. And so they went up to heaven in a cloud as their enemies looked on. At that moment, there was a great earthquake, okay? And a tenth of the city fell, and 7,000 people died, and all this other stuff. And the remnant was terrified. And I think the King James Version says they were something else, but what it means is they were just terrified because this thing they had set up. And they praised the God in heaven, the real God, Yahweh. Okay, anyway, HAARP, is it in the Bible? Well, I think it is. I'm going to do some fishing here, and we should have the part here to do some wood. I'll do that for a few hours too. This is Duck Out.